Well, good morning, Bakersfield, surrounding communities, everybody watching online on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. This is the Early Bird Special right here on KGEO Sports Talk, 101.1 FM, 1230 a.m. We are also streaming video live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can come join us on those as well. I'm Chris Burdick. That is Sparky. Sparky, good morning, my friend.
Well, good morning.
Let them know what they're in for.
Let's see.
Why are we so sophisticated today?
I'm super sleepy today. But
no.
we'll get into any headlines that we could fit in this jam-packed show. We're going to have the owner of the Kevin Harvick Kern Raceway Park jump in the video at 7:30 as they set to kick off their season with the Night of Destruction Saturday night. Plus, we'll have our boy Anthony Jauregui coming in. Thursday is the Wells Open Mic Night. So he's going to talk about that and what shows to see at the Well this weekend. And we're going to welcome back our guys from WarmUp Athletics.
Absolutely. Joel Iriarte, the professional boxer, and I believe Coach Espinosa will be joining him again as well. Can't wait to talk to those guys. They were at the Ryan Garcia fight this past weekend, so we could talk to them about that. Plus, I want to get their thoughts, obviously, on the state of boxing and what we talked about, I believe, yesterday or the day before when we were talking about Mayweather versus Pacquiao again. Is this really what boxing needs? I've seen a lot of sports reporters come out and say, yes, it is. And I'm honestly shocked at that answer. But again,
especially with these celebrity, even with boxing or even with MMA, right. I saw over the evening that John Claude is now coming out.
Yeah.
So and again, okay.
Cool. I mean, GSP, I guess you're next, bud. Like
Chuck Norris.
Yeah. What, I don't know exactly who or what is getting in all of these athletes' heads. Again, I understand each and every one of them has the competitive nature and obviously does not walk away, or that doesn't go away. You can't walk away from that, is what I'm trying to say. So maybe this is just them trying to, reignite that competitive edge that they had, or they just see Jake Paul making stupid amounts of money, asking retired and non-boxers to box. So they're sitting there thinking,
John Claude said, I'll put that boy to sleep. I was like, okay.
Gosh. Look, man.
I watch that.
There's a Street Fighter movie, and I'm happy you're not in it. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, speaking of street fighting and stuff like this, the NFL is out at their combine.
Yep.
And I wanted to bounce this off you. There's nothing, Burdick was prepped for. This is just something I found last night, and I wanted to bounce it off of you.
I'm curious.
So an NFL GM, and this is a report from Jason Lacanfrano, whatever his name is, from ESPN. So he says an anonymous NFL GM says he's not even interested in a free agent wide receiver Tyreek Hill at the veteran minimum. His exact quote, "We aren't touching him. No chance. We think he's done. He isn't a difference maker anymore. The juice isn't worth the squeeze." Not even with the minimum.
At this point, that doesn't surprise me, but why stay anonymous?
Right.
If you're gonna, for all we know, you could be Miami.
Yeah.
For all we know, you could be the Miami GM. So
I'm sure it is not Miami, but I will say it is something. It is someone that he has torn apart.
Yes, absolutely. So
it sounds salty.
And they wouldn't necessarily just walk up to any GM and ask him that question. So it has to be somebody that at least is considered or is considered in the running. I'm not going to throw any names out there because, again, I don't know who it is.
I'm just thinking an AFC West or an AFC East team. So I got it down to about 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think the same. But at the same time, again, why stay anonymous?
Yeah, why?
What's the point? Why not come forward and just say it? We aren't going to sign him. That's what concerns me, is that you're not really taking that to, because for all we know, you could just be saying this at the combine, turn right around in about a month or two and say, hey, Tyreek, vet min, right? That's what we're signing you for? Absolutely. Here you go, big guy. So, yeah, I as much as that does not surprise me, and I'm sure that's probably the growing, opinion of a lot of GMs right now in the NFL, especially since we still have no idea what he's going to look like after this next surgery because he dropped it himself. He's going to need another one. Like I said, I would like to say I could hold more weight into this, but let's be honest. When it comes down to football, if a team needs a wide receiver and he's available, they're going to call.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like Odell.
Work him out.
Yeah.
see where his
Where-
status is with that gruesome injury.
Exactly. And I hope he's able to see a football field again. I really do. I hope that Tyreek Hill can find some sort of success. He was that good where an 80% Tyreek Hill could probably still be better than about, what would you say, Sparky? 75% of the league?
Oh, somewhere around there.
Somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's going to have an opportunity somewhere, or at least you would think. But again,
it just
we'll
sounds
see.
salty. I was like, okay.
Oh, no, it's definitely salty. There's some salt in that.
He's done something to them.
Exactly. So, but again, because you stayed anonymous, okay, you could be, I don't know, this could be Cincinnati's GM for all we know. And we all know they're not looking for a wide receiver. At least I would hope not. But then again, they love allocating money to a wide receiver position. So who knows at this point? I wanted to start, though, outside of the world of football because there was a scary story that I read yesterday that I just, it rocked me. But did you hear about this story about Chris Bosh?
No.
So apparently, and this is something that he went on social media yesterday and reported, but Chris Bosh, while getting ready for a date with his wife, passed out and woke up in a pool of his own blood, lucky to be alive. He is healing right now. He has no idea what happened. He has no recollection of the situation at all. For all we know, he was putting on a suit and blood was rushing. And when I read this last night, early this morning, the first thing that popped up into my head was the blood clot issues that he's always dealt with. Is it something that's connected to that? Or is this just an unknown health issue that he really wasn't aware of until hopefully, the coming days when the doctors figure out what the hell happened? I don't know if we're ever going to find out what the hell happened, but this is a very scary, scary story that I think has to be told just because it's a lesson to everybody listening to my voice right now. You don't know how much time you have. Chris Bosh is 40. Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame basketball player, legend in the NBA, champion, and probably still at a pretty good health situation for himself. I would assume he's still in shape. But even he is not immortal to whatever the heck, goes on in this world. And when I read this and the fact that he woke up in a pool of his own blood, that's wild. And again, there's little information that has been shared about what went down, where obviously the blood came from and all of that. But still, to just have one of these situations happen where you just drop, that had to have been scary. And it's obviously changed his mindset and his lifestyle. He's now going out there and telling everybody, utilize the time you have, don't say no, and just go do it. If you want to start your own business, go do it, all that type of stuff. You go to his social media, he'll be the one to tell you. But this was just a story that I was like, wow. I had to bring this up and get your thoughts on this one because that's scary, man.
It's a scary thing. I mean, I've dealt with my own health concerns. Absolutely. And with seizures after my accident, I was just telling. That's weird that you bring that up because I was just telling our buddy Billy about when I was recovering from my surgery.
Yep.
I would wake up after a seizure and not know where the hell I was, and it's this life, man. Life gives you curveballs. And it's just how you adapt, and you have to take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
And live your life. You only live once.
And it could happen at any point in time. You could be alone. You could be with somebody. Just take care of yourself. Take care of your health. Go to the dang doctor. Go get yourself checked out. Even if you don't like it, doesn't matter. It's going to keep you around longer. I promise you. And I don't mean to bring his name up, but I mean, thinking of this made me think of our own Garrow. What happened to him not too long ago. And it scares the hell out of me because it's like, thank God Chris woke up. God knows what could have happened, but I read that this morning. I had to get your thoughts on that because could be waking up. We could have woke up yesterday to the news that Chris Bosh is no longer with us. That is a wild, wild thought. But to get us on a more lighter note, also in the world of basketball, Pat McAfee started his show again yesterday live from the Combine, and he had Suns owner Matt Ishiba on the show. I did cut the audio. I meant to tell you. I don't know if it's actually there. If you saw it, we don't necessarily need to play it. But Pat brought up an interesting incentive to bring to next year's All-Star game, or at least to the contests, which was a little bit of a lucrative, cash flow for the winner of whoever the hell wins the slam dunk contest or the 3-point contest. Do we have the audio up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's play it real quick.
Announce it right now what we're doing for the slam dunk contest.
Yep.
You want to do it?
Let's do it. We can do it.
All right.
Tell me what we're doing.
You're going to put $1 million up for the winner and then $1 million donation to a charity of their choice.
Done.
For the slam dunk winner.
Let's get the best guys in it. Let's make it awesome.
Okay, and then the 3-point shooting contest. We're doing $1 million to the winner, $1 million to the charity.
Hey, let's do it. Pat McAfee show, we're in on it. Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, good negotiation right there.
Good
I might sell that deal to another company like you did with my mortgage, but
I got it. I'll take care of it. Let's do it.
I would like to be involved too, though. I would like to make it big because I love the All-Star game is something that we have all loved.
You should be in it.
Nah, I got okay, yeah.
3-point
So
contest.
no, I'm talking about
the dunk contest.
You play.
No, yeah, the
You should
dunk
be in the
contest.
dunk contest,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll be in the dunk contest. Give me that trampoline like the gorilla got, and we'll keep it moving. Okay, so $1 million to the winner for the dunk contest with $1 million donation, and then $1 million to the 3-point shooting contest with $1 million donation.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Boom.
Let's do it.
Let's do this now, boys. We need you to want to win $1 million for
Do you have to run that by
Steph,
Do you have to run that by Adam Silver? Or?
Steph.
I'm sure Silver will be supportive.
Adam Silver's
add a
putting in $1
couple
million
million.
too.
Yeah,
Oh, Adam Silver doing that.
Baby,
Thank you,
Adam.
Adam.
So it's something that we've talked about on the show multiple times. You need to find some sort of incentive to, make these games more, make these players want to be in the contests a little bit more is the best way to put it. Do you think $1 million though is going to be enough? Or I guess 2 million in this case, $1 million to the player and $1 million to whatever charity they want?
Nope.
No, you don't think
Nope.
that's going to be enough?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't either.
We brought that up as if they had some more incentives. I don't think money's the issue.
No, and actually, I think they already do get some
A
sort
bonus
of
for their sponsorships.
Yeah, and I think it's a good idea, and kudos again to Pat McAfee for trying to at least get charity involved at some point. But this would all be coming out of the pocket of Suns owner Matt Ishbia, who again, Phoenix will be hosting the All-Star game next year. That's why they're bringing this up with him. But I think the NBA right now is more focused on fixing the tanking situation that they're dealing with right now. And I have to agree with you. I heard this yesterday and I said, well, that's a nice thought, Pat, but I don't think $1 million is going to get these guys off their butt to come and do the slam dunk contest. At least not the ones you want. Because the ones you want in the slam dunk contest and 3-point contest make way more than that. So I was thinking about that and I said, well, it's a nice thought, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough of an incentive to actually get these guys to do this or take it a little more seriously.
And even speaking with the NBA, now with Jokic and SGA about to hit that line of where they can't even win the MVP this season because they haven't played enough games. Who do you think is now in the top to even become the MVP this year?
This year in basketball has been so weird. The thought that we're not going to have LeBron James in any of the all NBA teams, SGA is probably not going to be eligible for the MVP along with Joker. I don't know. I know a lot of people have brought up how good Boston has been doing even without Tatum, and I do think Brown deserves a little bit more credit going towards him because obviously this team would not be where it's at if it wasn't for him and Pritchard and everybody else stepping up as well. But I really don't have an answer for that one. This is one of those years where I feel like not a lot of hype is going to be going around the MVP award just solely because of what we just brought up, which is most of these guys that everybody have as favorites to win that award aren't even going to be eligible to play because of the amounts of games that they have missed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing that I have seen that I kind of was trying to wrap my head around yesterday, does that mean we should increase the amount of games for eligibility? If you're going to have it be an 82 game season, should it not mean that maybe we minimize that amount of games for eligibility? Maybe jump it to 75 because that is the number that I saw. But
I think it's right.
I mean,
it's a regular season award.
True.
And if you don't play enough in the regular season, you don't win the award. So, I mean, it's the same thing as like what you just mentioned, like the LeBron. This will be his first time in his career that he is not eligible to be in the All-NBA team.
Right.
Which is insane. But, I mean, it just kind of proves that they're doing the awards right.
Right. But
I mean, it's just not a handout.
The number I meant was 75%, by the way, not 75 games. But
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And honestly, if you don't play more than half the season, obviously you shouldn't be in the conversation as a whole. But
it was right into the Hall of Fame or the Pro Bowl. I mean, it's not a popularity contest like the NFL does. I mean, that was the whole reason that there was players fighting about that.
Some basketball writers would say otherwise, to be fair.
But we'll see. I mean, when you think of MVP in this day of NBA, that's the first two names you always think of.
Right.
If it's not that, then it's Giannis or somebody like that. And they're all going to be ineligible here in a couple games. So it was just something that I read when I was reading in the NBA. And the other one was Otto Porter being, you know, he is now banned to return to the NBA over all this anti-drug program that he's failed. But now he's signed up with the USBL, which I've never even heard of. But it was the first time I've ever seen a player get banned that was something to do with drugs.
Jonte Porter, though, is the one that got busted for gambling, too, which is the thing that you have to remember. I think that's more what the ban is about than the drug situation. I think the drug test failing was just an added reason why they blocked him out. But I mean, again, it doesn't surprise me that he's trying to at least extend his basketball career. He will never play again on the NBA level, ever, not even in the G League. So he's better off, honestly, either if you want to stay in the U.S., I guess the USBL is one way to do it. You could see if Ice Cube wants you in the big three.
I'm sure.
But I personally would say your best bet, my friend, is to go overseas and see if you can make money over there, because that's about as best as you're going to get after this entire gambling situation and what's going on with that. That Porter is going to go down as the sacrificial lamb, as it were. I think Terry Rozier is also most likely one of those names that's going to take a pretty big punishment for it. Don't know if he'll get banned from the NBA, though. I think they'll save him. But I do believe Jonte Porter is going to go down as that guy, that he's going to be the gambling guy. He's going to be the easiest one that they can make a scapegoat, and you just will never see him on an NBA court again. I did see that as well. And honestly, I really didn't know how to feel about it, because him playing a sport on any professional level, to me now, especially with him being busted for gambling, is going to be skeptical. It's I just can't trust that you're not going to be betting on games, dude. Like, I just can't.
I'm talking about Otto Porter.
No, I know, but the one that got banned that went to the USBL is Jonte Porter.
It's Otto Porter.
Jonte.
I'm reading the NBA.com story.
The one that I had from ESPN says Jonte.
Yeah, this is Otto Porter Jr.
Oh, okay. Well, then we're talking about two separate situations. They must have both went to the USBL then, because Jonte is the one I saw that went to the USBL.
Yeah, this one is his third failed drug test, and it was his last one. He missed half the season. So this was his third strike. So I guess it's multiple things at the NBA. Is another thing where we're talking international sports. I wanted to bounce off this yesterday, but while we have the couple of minutes before our first guest, so the UFL and the NFL, they're trying to team up with certain rules, and they're testing out certain rules that they're going to test out with the UFL before they even bring up with the NFL and the NFLPA. And one of these rules that I wanted to bounce off you is not only are they banning the tush push, which I don't think is actually going to happen in the NFL. We've talked about that, but this one is just wild. They're going to extend field goals that are 60 plus yards to be 4 points as the field goal, like an NBA champ game. And the second one is to go to 1 foot in for a reception. And a lot of the NFL players came out and said that should be a rule in the NFL. I don't think that would ever change.
No.
I think that is kind of one of the NFL things that they've adopted and has lived and died for the 2 steps and the knee counts for 2 feet, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But do you ever see that type of rule changing in the NFL? Obviously, probably not the field goals, but the 1 foot in versus the 2 foot.
I think the field goal one is more likely than the 2 feet one. Yeah, because again, I think a lot of receivers want them to go back to 1 foot, because obviously that's the rule in college, and it makes it easier for you to catch a lot of these balls. But no, I think the NFL sees it as more of a challenge to go one way, And I just think that there have been many, many, many games where that has come down. And, did you get 2 feet down? Did you get a knee down or anything like that? Did you possess the ball? There are so many questions around what a catch is already. I don't think they mess with it. I think they just keep it the way it is. 2 feet down, inbounds. Everybody's okay with that. And honestly, that should be the way it is, in my opinion. It shouldn't be
The 2
1
feet.
foot.
Yeah.
Why would it be okay for 1 foot? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me at all. A college, whatever, you guys are not full professionals yet, so I get it, but you have to learn to make that transition in the pro game. And honestly, I do believe the more skilled wide receivers know how to get 2 feet and bounce, so it really doesn't matter. I still don't think either of those rules become a thing in the NFL, but yeah, I would say that the 60-yard 4-point field goal is more likely than anything, because we now have seen how good these kickers have become in the NFL, and most of them can utilize a 60-yard field goal as if it was a chip shot. So it really wouldn't surprise me if the NFL starts, throwing a bone to these kickers.
Yeah, and it seems like the only thing the NFL really ever adjusts is the kickoff rules.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if they ever change the point system, but I'm sure. I don't think they'd ever go to 1 foot. I just think that every receiver in the NFL has kind of made that their specialty. I mean, you see these guys with their 2 feet in, and I mean, they practice that all season long. So I wouldn't see that happening. They've changed some different rules, but I just don't see the NFL adopting any of these. And even like we've talked about last year, this time we're talking about the tush push.
Yeah.
And it seems like that is something that is not even in the minds right now.
That's not going anywhere. I think they gave up on that. Maybe they just lost a lot of the momentum for it or something, or the fact that Philly gave up on it halfway through the season kind of made everybody forget about it. But yeah, that's over with.
And it all changed with the officiating.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, once they started making the
Now,
calls.
The one thing that I am okay with the NFL looking into, and this hasn't changed, is they are now looking into the whole pulling or pushing somebody over the goal line again, because there were a ton of games this year that happened. And technically, that's not legal in football. You're not supposed to be able to pull someone, or I'm sorry, it's one or the other. You're not supposed to either be able to pull them or push them over the line. And now the NFL is looking into, you're not going to be able to do that, period.
Yeah,
you
or it'd be dead ball.
Yeah, you can't help anybody over the goal line, period. So I think that is a better idea than just getting rid of the tush push altogether anyway.
So they just call it a dead ball
Yeah.
foul, and it would just stop the ball right there?
Exactly. You would probably be down right where you get touched or whatever. So linemen are not going to be able to take Christian McCaffrey and throw him over the line into the end zone like they did against Atlanta.
Or like they do with Josh Allen or, Jalen Hurts all the damn time.
Exactly. So that is more likely going to get assessed this offseason than the tush push is, which, again, wild to me, just because all last year, all you were hearing was, oh, it's to protect the players. No, it's not. No, it's not. Let's all be at least honest about this. It's not. It has nothing to do with protecting the players. But again, it's the NFL. I think you're right. The most we're going to see change this year is probably something to the onside kick. I mean, if we can get something figured out, I like that 4th and 15 rule, or 4th and whatever. I think that's a pretty good way to start. But that's probably the only major rule change that I could see coming this offseason from the NFL.
Well, it would just be 4th and 15 from the other team's 15.
I would say 15 or 20. Yeah. And you have to get to the 30 to 35 in order to actually get the ball back. I think that's fair. And if you're, unsuccessful, the other team gets the ball wherever you lost it. Either, if you're incomplete, they get it on their, 15, 20-yard line. If they're not, then wherever the heck you were stopped is where they get the ball. I think that makes the most sense in the world to me. It allows more competition. I hate to see the onside kick go, because that's a key pivotal football play that's no longer going to be utilized. But if it means we get to keep the kickoff and we all get what we want in terms of everybody gets a chance to at least get the ball back when they want it, I think it's a win-win for the entire league.
Yeah, I heard it on Eisen. They were talking about they killed the onside once they announced, or they have to, teams have to announce it before they do it.
Yes.
So I don't know.
No,
they always keep to tinkering with kickoffs. So
That's what I said too. I mean, well, that's how I felt about it too, is the way I should say that. Because when you have to announce an onside kick, what's the point? The entire idea is to do it when the other team's not expecting it. So, like that literally kills the play.
Yeah, it's coming. Everybody get ready.
Yeah, exactly. And what does that do? Like, what does announcing it do? Does that
It
like,
goes back to where they just didn't have an answer. They said it's for the safety of the players.
But see, here's the thing. No, it's not. It's just dumb. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. There were no injuries on onside kick plays.
I think it was more of just adjusting how they adjusted the kickoff rules where players can't run
Right.
until it gets kicked, and they didn't know how to answer that with onside kicks.
No, I understand that. I totally get that. That's why I'm saying, like, the format itself of what we're doing with kickoffs doesn't help with onside either. But to say that it's for the protection of the players for onsides, that doesn't make sense to me. Now, when it comes to a kickoff, sure. The logistics, a guy running down the field and, going full speed at somebody who hasn't really picked up speed yet. I get all of that. But an onside kick, I don't know about anybody else, but I can't remember a serious injury coming off of an onside kick. And feel free to tighten me up and let me know if you guys know of any, because the ones that I think of, nah, can't really get in it. I really just no. So I'm all for the 4th and 15 or whatever they want to do to fix the onside kick situation, but what they did to it already is just killed it. So we might as well find a solution that's going to bring it back, in my opinion. Let's take a break. We should have our guest on the other side of it. We'll start with the Kern Raceway, as they have their races this weekend. Plus, March Meets is coming up as well. If you haven't gotten your tickets, you definitely should. That's one of the best events down there at the Raceway every single year. And then we got our guy Anthony coming in at 8 o'clock. He will talk about the well and obviously their open mic. And then we got the guys at WarmUp Athletics. They'll be joining us at 8:30 as well. Joel Iriarte and his coach, Mr. Espinosa. We'll talk about Ryan Garcia and just the state of boxing and what they got going on over there at the gym as well. This is the Early Bird Special right here on KGEO Sports Talk. Welcome back. This is the early bird special right here on KGEO Sports Talk, 101.1 FM, 1230 AM. We got to talk Kern Raceway as they got some races coming on or going on this weekend. Plus, March Meets is right around the corner, so talk about that. We got the owner of the Kern Raceway, Mr. Tim Huddleston. Sir, how are you? Good morning.
Oh, I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Super excited. A lot of racing for Bakersfield in the next 2 weeks.
Absolutely. So what do we have going on this weekend, though? Let's start there.
Well, this weekend, super proud to have the Oil Workers 150. The ARCA Menard Series comes into Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway for 150 laps of fast-paced, door-slamming NASCAR racing, followed by our Night of Destruction.
Ooh.
We're going to race boats, guys. We're going to race boats at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway.
Fantastic. Okay, what does Night of Destruction entail? Because that sounds more like some big
Destruction Derby, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Does it? It's going to be a medley of craziness. We've got enduro racing, which is basically import street cars where contact is required. Figure eight racing through the intersection. Daredevil, close your eyes and go.
Love that.
And then we're going to have some Formula Drift cars doing exhibitions there. We'll have a boat race where you take a car and you drag a boat. And your object is to get the other guy's boat off his trailer.
Hell
It's
yes.
pretty wild.
That is like live action Mario Kart. What is that? Is awesome.
It is. We even have a big air contest. We got a launch ramp to launch your boat. Whoever gets the big air gets more money.
Yeah,
Like, it's pretty wild.
my lord.
And so does this event kick off the season?
It does. Yep. It's our
Awesome.
opener here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Gates open at 3:00. National anthem is at 5, and we'll literally be racing until probably 8 or 9 o'clock, and ending with the most amazing fireworks show in the valley.
Beautiful. And how do our listeners get our tickets?
KernRaceway.com.
There it is. And then Burdick brought up, next weekend out at Famosa, which you're also involved with. I mean, March Meets. I mean, that is my all-time favorite. Me and my family have gone for 20 plus years. Any exciting news to announce for the March Meets?
Yeah, pretty excited. We've got a pretty big special announcement we're going to do Saturday night at the March Meet.
Ooh.
But the March Meet's been going since 1958 when the Smokers Car Club started the March Meet. Famoso is one of the longest continually running drag strips in North America. And we got some improvements coming down the pipe and got some images and some pretty exciting things we're going to announce Saturday night regarding the future of Famoso.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to that. I'll be out there. Our buddy Michelle, she always hooks us up. We go out there. We got to go last year after we talked to Kevin Harvick and how he was racing his son, a couple different races out there. So we're excited, and everything you're bringing, man. We're our racing audience. I mean, this is a big weekend, a big month really coming up in the next couple of weeks. Is there any other races coming up that you want to promote for the Kevin Harvick Kern Raceway Park?
Oh yeah, for sure. Super, super excited. March 14th will be our return of the Cars Tour West to Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. And Kevin Harvick himself will be there. Keelan Harvick will be there. It's going to be electric. We're literally threading the needle with Kevin. He's going to be on the air on Fox, talking about the Cup race in Vegas. I think he gets off there at 2:00. We're going to fly him over to Kern, race Saturday night, and then fly him right back for Sunday's broadcast on Fox. So it's going to be wild.
That is a long weekend for Mr. Harvick. My God, but we appreciate his time 100%. Talk about the drivers you have down there. A lot of daredevils from what I could tell, especially with the Night of Destruction. But besides Kevin, obviously we have a rich history of drivers here in Bakersfield. So talk about some of the guys that are out there right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're real excited this weekend. Taylor Mayhew, David Mayhew, longtime champion at Kern Raceway. His son is making his ARCA Menards debut this Saturday night. That is really cool. Haley Deegan, right? Haley Deegan from the Brian Deegan Supercross family. Haley's raced trucks. She's raced Xfinity cars. She's going to be racing in the ARCA Menards series, which is pretty cool. And then you're going to have the 2025 champion, my son, Trevor Huddleston, be coming back to defend his championship. He also won both races there last year, so that's pretty cool. It's going to be an electric night. You guys, if you're going to be there, you guys got to come down and help me with pre-race ceremony.
Absolutely. We would love to do that. That sounds fantastic.
Well,
You know the most famous words in racing.
Start them engines.
Let's go. All right. We'll see you Saturday night.
You had me nervous for a second. Well, one thing before we let you go, I had to ask because Michelle has been talking all about this. So there's a reality TV show that was recorded here at the Raceway and here in town called Saturday Night Lights. I know the filming was earlier or late last year. Now she mentioned that this show is now airing. Do you know anything about this?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's amazing. I got to be the Jeff Probst host, you might say, but it's Saturday Night Lights, where we take 10 young drivers and we put them in 10 identically prepared race cars, put them on the racetrack, and we battle it out for 7 races. Did it during about a whole month of August. It was hot. It was tough. And these drivers did amazing. It airs on Vizio TV. So if you've got a Vizio TV, you literally just turn it on, and right on the front screen, you can click on Saturday Night Lights. If not, you go to the Vizio app, click on Saturday Night Lights, and watch it there, right here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Big time TV show. It's pretty cool.
That's amazing. So what brought this about? Who started this idea?
Well, the Vizio folks reached out to us and said, hey, we've got this idea. We've got a fleet of cars that we run a racing school down at, we used to run it down at Irwindale Speedway. We're preparing to make an announcement here at Kern with our racing school, but we're probably one of the only tracks in the country that has 10 identically prepared race cars. And I teach kids. That's what we do. We teach kids the sport of racing. So they reached out to us and said, hey, you're able to pull this off. And we said, nobody better than us here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway.
Absolutely. And talk about that. You just brought it up. You obviously have classes for people who want to get into racing or want to learn the sport. How do people get involved with that if they want to?
Yeah, you bet. The best place is info@kernraceway.com.
They reach out to you guys there and get signed up for classes?
Absolutely. I respond to most of those emails myself.
Beautiful. Well, we appreciate your time, Tim. We'll come out and see you this Saturday night, the beginning of racing season, which it's in my blood. So I'm pumped. And we'll see you again next weekend at March Meets. I know our sister station, Kern Radio, is giving out tickets this week.
Yep.
So we appreciate your time, Tim, and we'll see you this Saturday night.
All right, guys. Saturday. We'll see you through it.
Appreciate you, sir. Let's take a quick break. We'll get into all the other stories as well before our other guests get into this or get in studio. This is the Early Bird Special right here on KGEO Sports Talk. Welcome back. Early bird special right here on KGEO Sports Talk.
You don't have plans this weekend. It is a busy, busy, busy weekend beginning tonight with open mic night with our boy Anthony Jauregui at the Well. I know Friday they've got another show that he'll tell you more about. We've got tickets to that if you want to go out to the Well. Plus, like Tim was just saying, the the night of destruction. Man, if I
That's
can get out there, I will be out there.
That
But
is awesome.
also at the Woolworths building in the basement, we've got the Vans Warp Band coming up with the band opening is Babes Against the Machine, which I'm pumped about. On top of the WWE PLE, which you can go watch at Dionysus.
I'm not going to have any time at all this weekend.
Plus another show at the Well Saturday night, which he'll tell you more about. I mean, you can't tell me that there is nothing to do in this town.
Oh, no. And again, that's always the biggest gripe I hear, too. There's nothing to do. There's plenty to do.
And then they say it's too expensive to go anywhere.
If you're like 18 and over, there's plenty to do, I should say.
Yeah.
Like if all the kids got nothing to do, and I feel bad for y'all. I really do. Everything that we have that's supposed to be built for kids gets destroyed within a year.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, God, man. And I feel bad for you. You all wonder why these kids are riding around their bikes being hoodlums. They got nothing else better to do.
Me and my son, every time I see those kids on the bikes, I'm like, do a wheelie. Because I swear, you can't pass a corner without a kid doing a wheelie on their bicycles, which is awesome.
Don't test them,
I
though,
did the
because
same.
we've had some of these kids be dumb and do wheelies
Right in the middle of the road.
approaching cars.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I'm like, kid, I will get out of the way, but there's going to be somebody one
Somebody
day
is
that
not
doesn't. And you're going to learn
100%.
real quick that metal boxes hurt a lot more than you think. I got this story coming from The Athletic real quick. The Jets have made a trade, apparently.
What?
The Jets have traded defensive end Jermaine Johnson to the Tennessee Titans in exchange for defensive tackle Trevondre Sweat, according to the league's sources. Johnson was a first-round draft pick by the Jets in 2022.
That's a big boy.
Was selected as a Pro Bowl after the 2023 season.
Mm-hmm. I know him very well.
So you Jets fans out there, you just lost another one. I thought he was a defensive coach. Why is he shipping out all the defensive pieces?
Right.
Do we need any more indication on why this man ain't going to work as a head coach?
Another thing was announced yesterday. CC Sabathia.
Oh, Sabathia getting it. Wow, Billy, God,
They're-
relax
they're-
back there, kid.
They're going to retire his number, which I believe will be number 52.
Yes.
Or different numbers.
Yeah,
but
no, 52 will be retired by the Yankees, and rightfully so. I mean, CC, although was a dominant pitcher before he got to the Yankees, I feel like he just reached a whole nother level when he stepped onto Yankee Stadium as a Yankee. And he was a monster with Cleveland before he got there. One of the best left-handed pitchers ever. We talked about that when just a couple weeks ago, actually. God, there's a lot going on in that studio right now, isn't there? I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. If you're not watching on the YouTube channel, you're doing yourself a disservice today because Billy's going crazy.
I'm going to do a whole show one day with just him doing arts and crafts.
He's worked way too long with Scott. That's what it is.
Yes.
It's starting to turn senile.
Scott's
That's
getting
what
to
it is. Scott's getting to him. But yeah, I'm excited to see this. Again, Yankee fandom right now needs anything to get happy about, especially after the abysmal year they had last year. But CC getting his number retired is a great way to start out the season if you're a Yankee fan. So we'll see how that goes. And hopefully it'll give them the spark they need to actually make that step forward back into the World Series. Although you still have to deal with the Dodgers. Doesn't matter. You still got to deal with Shohei Ohtani and all of those superstars out there in LA.
Max Scherzer is coming back for another year. I saw that he signed with he's coming back with the Blue Jays one more year. $3 million.
Mad Max is Mad Max, but at this point, you're turning into Tim Wakefield. At this point. I don't know. I've got no issue with Mad Max. I shouldn't say that, but it is what it is.
Well,
He's
my
one of
buddy
the best,
Augie, he's a diehard Blue Jay guy.
Is he happy to see him
born
back?
and raised in Canada? So I had to give him crap after we beat him in soccer in the Olympics or in hockey. And
close.
I came in, he's like, so
They
you guys win one time, you guys lose your mind.
Oh, no. See, here's the thing. We didn't just win one time. We won one time in baseball. We won one time in women's hockey. We won one time in men's hockey, and now we're about to win another one at the World Baseball Classic. So that'd be 4 big victories over our wacky hat.
And you said, really, just one time you guys going to act all crazy?
Okay, do I need to bring
how
up
many years have we won?
And y'all know how much I love our Edmonton Oilers because again, they're connected to the Condors. But how many times did Edmonton win a Stanley Cup the last couple of years? When's the last time a Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup ever?
And speaking of hockey, the Condors won last night.
Yes, they did. Finally,
a good time.
Thank God we shake off that rusty start
on the road, man.
I'm telling you, the All-Star break is weird because you come off of that break and everybody, like you heard Holte yesterday. The trade talks are obviously looming. You're trying to have a successful year and a winning culture on your team. And there's just so many distractions. I think once all of this is out of the way, we're talking to Holte next week, and hopefully all this trade stuff is out of the way. I think we're going to be back to winning hockey here.
Has the trade deadline always been this late in the season?
Probably, to be honest with you. I don't follow hockey enough to be able to
know those dates. Yeah. I mean, I know when he was telling us yesterday, it's always crazy around this time because not only is the All-Star break ending, but it's the trade deadline in the NHL. So being a developmental league, you lose some of these players and sometimes you get the younger guys that you needed.
That's the challenging part of being a developmental team, or at least a feeder team for these professionals, is one day you can have the standout rookie of the entire season and the next day he's gone.
Yeah, they play so well, they get a promotion.
It is it's crazy, but to be honest, that's like you heard Holte say yesterday, that's the game, that's the whole point, is to get these guys ready to go play for the Edmonton Oilers. So hopefully we don't lose any major pieces. The pedigree line better stay there. And especially since we just got it started, man.
We need a cup.
I'm just saying, I see the cup in the Bakersfield future if Edmonton doesn't throw all of our pieces away. But again, they need everything they can in order to win a Stanley Cup. Toronto, I'm just saying.
I was looking at the Condors schedule because I believe after last night's game, there is a 20 games official, 20 games left in the season. So when the schedule comes out, I always look up, what game lands on my birthday this year and what is the promotion. And of course, this year it is emo night. So I wanted to see if Anthony would go with me.
Yes.
Dressed up with his nails and his makeup.
We'll see. We'll ask him right now. He's coming in here in a couple minutes, but that's awesome. Heck yeah, we're doing it. I'll go. I won't, straighten my hair or anything, but I'll go with you. I'm an absolute emo kid at heart. I don't need to dress up. It's okay.
Man,
I dress up in black all day, baby.
I would.
Look, black straight. Well, actually, it's not a black straight shirt. There's something on the back. You guys got to fix that, by the way. 99. That needs to be on the front.
We would break the internet if you straighten your hair,
brother. Nah, I had the closest thing to it this morning because I washed my hair yesterday, and at the day after I washed my hair, obviously it just flows straight down, right? My God, I look like a beetle. It is awful. Oh my God, I need a haircut in the worst way. We got to take a break, though. This is the Early Bird Special. Our guy, Anthony Jauregui, on the other side, talk about the Well and their open mic night tonight. Then we got the guys from WarmUp Athletics right after that, Joel Iriarte and his coach, Mr. Espinosa. We'll talk about all things boxing. This is the Early Bird Special right here on KGEO Sports Talk. Welcome back. Early bird special right here on KGEO Sports Talk, 101.1 FM, 12:30 a.m. But it's time to talk a little comedy because our friends from the Well are here. I swear I saw you in the hat and I said, did he lose a bet to Tyson? Because it looked like a Charger hat for some reason.
Yeah, no, Chargers don't claim all baby blue in California. I will have you know that this is Sunview, a field company that my family works for.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. To be fair, though, that's just California's color scheme.
True.
Okay. Baby blue.
I'll give you that.
North Carolina.
Is it North Carolina?
That's what I always think.
Oh yeah, the
you know what? That's fair.
Heels.
Baby, yeah, the powder blue, absolutely. But yeah, all California.
Yeah, but if you ask any gang member in Bakersfield about baby blue, it means something different to them. So honestly, I think they are truly the owners of the baby blue in Bakersfield, which I actually am a family of. So watch yourself. See. Now he speaks Spanish.
No.
Oh, I got it. He grew up on the east side. Okay.
I told you I grew up on the east side.
All you gotta do is say Spencer, and you'll be cleared out of anything. You could murder a head of a cartel. You could crash something into a taco truck and just say Spencer.
No, I don't know. I don't know if you can get away with killing a member of the cartel. We see what's going on in Mexico right now.
Claudia Scheinbaum of Mexico just said Spencer.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Like, all right,
you can go.
Spencer. She said the magic word. You know.
Good Lord, Anthony Jauregui is here. Obviously,
Spencer. I think the funniest thing is hearing Sparky say Spencer. Like,
so I have a buddy and all his family call him Theo.
Yeah.
So I've always in my phone it's Theo, like the kid on the Cosby Show, and he's like, "Dude, you're so white." So even
your blood is
gone on for years,
my friend. It's okay.
I go to his family and say, "What's up, Theo?" He's like, "It's Theo, you idiot." But
he's
okay,
like, it's fine. He's like, "It's Theo, idiot." It's Sparky's like, "Spencer, bro."
Spencer. My bad.
Quesadilla.
Oh, I love me some Napoleon Dynamite quesadilla chips.
Oh,
remember that,
dude?
God. That one has stuck.
Yeah, crunchy chips and cheese in a microwave, baby. That's me after 5th grade.
Yes. Yes.
God.
That and buttered bread. That's what I grew up on.
You had butter bread, dude. Hey, we had mayonnaise tortillas. We are the same.
We had Wick, so we grew up. That's what we got.
Hey, baby, we are the same. We're kids. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I haven't had vitamin D milk since, dude.
Not since. Anyways, open mic every Thursday night at the Well. And before we get into tonight's show, I have to ask you: did you go out to adult bingo? Because I really want to get a review of that.
I need somebody to explain what this is.
I'm sorry, guys. I should have done more prep. I probably should have gone to adult bingo, but I had enough pornography at my house to get me through the day. So I'm kidding.
And it's free.
Yeah. I just have to put your ID in. No, I didn't hear about how it went, but I saw some reviews. I saw someone posted like a reel and it got shared. It was just like a lady doing a review of the show. And she looked like she had a good time. So I think from word on the street is that no one caught any STDs and someone won a prize. So
nice. That's all you can ask for.
I think it ended up being not too bad. It's better than playing bingo with old people at a veteran center.
Better question is it coming back at some point?
Hey, listen, I don't think you can have that much fun once. I think it's definitely going to come back. Maybe on a Friday this time, so we get all the hooligans out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, because we had all the people come in after church on Sundays. So I can only imagine if it was like on a Friday, late night, first Friday or something.
Yeah, they just got all their sins cleansed and they have to, start up again.
Mm-hmm.
It's Lenten season
too.
Get
to bingo, baby.
That's why I love being Catholic, baby. Amen. Yeah.
So what's planned for tonight's open mic?
Dude, tonight's open mic. Listen, if you guys came last week, I apologize. I ate crap at the top of the night.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't have a good set, dude. It was bad. It was one of these where I even woke up early. That last Thursday, I woke up early. I went and got a coffee right before radio, and I wrote my set out. And I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a good night tonight. It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a great set." And I get there, and I think one thing after another, I was just distracted. I was disoriented. I had 200 milligrams of caffeine, so I was shaking like Michael J. Fox. and it sucks when you do stand up and that gives like it makes you speed up and it makes you like when you do caffeine and stuff. I don't do the other stuff. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's other sugars.
We'll call it Spencer Splenda, but yeah. I didn't have a good set, dude. I'm not making excuses, but I just didn't prepare mentally enough, and I just kind of went up all cold and the crowd. I think I was this is what happens. You take your foot off the gas, kind of like in football or whatever. You're doing good one week, and then the next week it's bad because you walk in this week, you're like, oh, it'll be like last week. It was fine. It was a good time. The crowd the week before was hot. They were ready to laugh. They were laughing at everything, and you can tell from the moment you get up there, like, oh, they're loose already. But last week I went up and it was just like really tight crowd, and it's my job as the host to get them cracked open and laughing. But I didn't. By the time I look at it, it's 6 minutes into my set. I've got 2 laughs, and I was like, well, I better get this show started.
Get off.
So I'm not.
I was like, here comes Dan with the cane. He says, get off.
Well, asking, for comedians, I mean, is there a time where over prep bites you in the ass? Because I know prepping for the show, sometimes I'll get some good sleep and I'll over prep, and then we get to 2% of what I prep for. I'm like, dude, I don't need to get all of that.
And that's why I have never practiced for a test or done the hard work and practice in anything in my life, and just kind of made it like work the day that it happens. And sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't, because clearly the day that I was like, let me get prepared, I'll wake up early, write some things down, and I'll talk about them, I didn't do any of it. So I feel like either I'm good under pressure, maybe not, but I'm good like kind of being thrown into the fire, or without thinking about it, because then I'll overanalyze and overthink and stuff. And that, I think it's just like in everything, and in sports or whatever, it's just like sometimes you just got to stop thinking and go do it. Just stop focusing so much on the mental thing and just go play ball. Go host a mic. Or so that's. I definitely feel you on that, Spark.
And I'm sure it's different comedians, different types of styles. There's probably different vibes, but I mean, that's another thing you brought up. I mean, knowing from the week before where everyone was hot and pumped up and ready, and then you can you kind of feel that vibe if they're tight butthole, or if it's more of like, hey, they're ready for some comedy tonight. Everyone's on fire.
You can tell by like the first like instance when you go up there, like everybody makes some noise, and if they kind of want to make noise, or if they're kind of tepid, or they're like, then it's like, oh crap,
it's gonna be one of these nights.
It's gonna be one of those.
It's gonna like, all right, time to get to work, but there's other nights where they're just like, make some noise, and everyone's like, yeah, they're throwing drinks in the air. You see underwear fly, like a hat, like that. That's when like you perform in crowds like outside of here sometimes too, like in Visalia or like Tulare, like these towns where they don't get comedy all the time. Right. They get it like once a month or once every 2 weeks. They're ready to go, like they're excited. Comedy shows are like that too, but when you're in downtown and we've been giving you the rules and you're in this new place and you're kind of like scared, you know what's gonna happen, like you're a little tight, and that's just, I don't know if it's a tight beehole or anything, but you're just, yeah.
I've been watching a lot of workaholics lately, so that whole vocabulary is back into the mix.
Oh, Lord. How do you go about it as a host to kind of like loosen them up, though? Like, what's the best route in your opinion?
I'm still learning how to do that, guys.
Really?
I think sometimes I have it and sometimes I don't. Sometimes, like in the middle of my set last week, I was like, oh, dude, I've been kind of going for a few minutes and they're not really laughing, and it's already too late for me. Not too late, but I don't want to pivot and try to go somewhere else because we have a ton of comedians and I'd rather just get the show started. And I've been hosting mics long enough to where I realize, oh, if I didn't get them right now, it's still early. They'll kind of, the crowd itself will warm up. I feel like I should be doing a better job warming them up at the top of the night, but then I'm like, the comics can do it. They'll, I'm going to be keeping it going throughout the night. So I really just like, it's different when it's an open mic or a show. If it's a show, you really want to get everyone like excited, all this and stuff. But if it's an open mic, I'm kind of showing you guys like, hey, there's going to be a bunch of comedians. It might be good, might be bad, but let's have a good time, and that's kind of the attitude I have. And I should have more of a kill and we're gonna be great and all this stuff, but I'm still learning how to do this stuff too.
Well, I mean, again, you came off of a big night, the first one, and like you said, it's probably just more of like a get in your own head thing, right?
Oh yeah, I'm terrible at the mental game, dude. That's why I'm terrible at tennis. Like I'm really bad at sports, performing, and in all aspects. I'll give you that one. Yeah, I get a little in my head. I get just a smidge in my head, and I'm effed. Like I am just like spiraling. I can't stay focused.
I think a lot of people can sympathize and relate to that.
I hope so, because I am to the extreme, dude. Like I'll like one little bad thought in me and it'll get me going to a negative, like, I'll be feeling like the most depressed guy in the world.
Oh, trust me.
And that's why he wants you to go to emo night with him.
We all do it.
I forgot to bring that up.
I mean,
Yes,
the week before the Super Bowl, I said Jackson Smith Nigba, and that bit on me the whole weekend.
Bobby was not having that.
and that
Bobby said, "Excuse me."
That stuck with me all weekend, even into the game. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just calling him JSN from now on.
Oh my gosh.
That's what happens when you over prep, and I didn't write. Sometimes if I don't know how to pronounce the name, I'll write it. Like with yours, you can see it says howdy.
Yes.
Gee.
Yeah. Right.
So
everybody get it for Anthony Jauregui. I mean,
Jauregui.
So I mean, it happens to all of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one bit for me for
Thanks,
days.
Sparky.
I didn't drop it for days. I was like, damn it,
totally
my
forgot
and
about
Jigba.
that.
Thank you.
I totally forgot you did that. I meant
I
to
was
make
watching
that
the
a
game
clip
and I'm like,
too, but I
dang
didn't
it,
get a
Steven.
chance to actually.
You
do
and
that.
Drewski at the NFL Honors Award, dude.
Oh my gosh. So back to the
Back
the
not
well.
depressing things.
Friday night, you guys got Gareth Reynolds.
Gareth Reynolds.
He's doing 2 shows.
Yeah.
You know anything about this guy?
Yeah. I saw him last time he came,
Mhm.
and he's just. I know he has a really good, really popular podcast. It behooves me. I don't know if that's right.
Behoove?
Behooves, becalf, befeat. It befeats me.
Oh Lord.
It's he has a podcast, but it's another one of these comics where like you don't really know who it is, but you come out to the show and have a good time, and the last time he was here, I know I think he sold pretty well. So again, he has like a big following with this podcast. So
Now, if you want to go to the early show, just text into the show 661-842-2000. I know he's doing the 7 o'clock and I believe the 9 or 9:30 Friday night, and then Saturday. You've got, let me see. I'm gonna mess up this name too. So this Spencer before I even say it. Is it Jesus or Jesus Trejo?
We have Jesus Christ. No, it's Jesus Trejo.
Okay,
Jesus
that's
Trejo.
Saturday, one night show.
Yes, this is Danny Trejo's son. Actually, if you guys didn't,
Is it
know.
really?
No, he's not.
I was just about to say, it's like, didn't know. Okay, cool.
No, yeah,
Set me
he
up
comes
right
from the
there.
Taco
Is Trejo's
Empire.
Tacos coming too?
Yes, he'll be catering the show. Be selling outside Rooster's Cantina.
Oh, he'll be super.
I've actually
happy
had
to see
Trejo's
that.
tacos. They were good.
Oh, they were fantastic.
I've actually had him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came with a machete. It was
I
cool.
still get the text messages all the time for the rewards program. I never get
I
down there.
hate that so much.
It is what it is. I'll take it every time I'm in LA. If they text me and said, you know what, I'll go to Trejo's Tacos. Why not?
Next time I'm going to Fat Burger.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
What
Fat
is
Sal's.
with getting rewards points for a place we've been to one time?
One time. I'll get emails for years.
I don't know how Lavia's Tacos has my information, but anytime I buy anything, I don't have my credit card hooked up, but I don't even my number, dude.
Look, brother, that is the one reward program I will get behind because I eat there all the time.
Okay.
La Villa?
Listen, Lavia, you're cool and all, but I'm gonna get a free taco, dude. I want a free Cali burrito, dog. I don't want a free
That's what I get.
Little 2-bite taco.
Exactly.
You gotta build up the points, bud. Come on.
Man, so go watch Gareth Reynolds this Saturday. Every Friday.
Go spend your money at the well instead.
We're talking about another.
You guys
Mexican.
have tacos?
No, not yet. Only when I'm catering outside, but it's usually in the back courtyard.
Do
too,
the
after
corn.
hours. No, Jesus Trail's coming out. He's been in the club before, but again, I think different flavors. We got a white dude on Friday night. We got a Hispanic dude Saturday. So if you like any of those types of comedy, I don't know what white guys joke about. What do you guys?
What kind
Family.
of? I mean, what kind of comedy are either one of them? Do you know?
I think you guys like Kyle Kinane-esque or like
Just
for Gareth
prepping for
Reynolds.
anybody that wants to go out there if they steer away from the dirty comic type stuff.
I think
or
they're
the-
both. I think they're both going to be dirty, but I don't know if that's like their MO. I don't know if
Okay.
either of them are super dirty, but I know Gareth Reynolds like will make a joke about marijuana, or like Jesus Trejo may make a joke about tacos. No, I'm kidding. But I think more. maybe we'll have Gareth Reynolds more observational, and then Jesus Trejo more family type stuff.
Mhm.
You
Right
know,
on.
so but either way, again, it's like a good comedy show. We've been saying at the club. You guys have been saying it. Dan has been saying it. You guys are just looking for something to do, something to go check out. Go watch the show. It'll be like watching a rated R movie. You know,
Mhm.
it might get dirty, it might not, but you know, there might be some no words, but I don't know, no clean shows this weekend. But if you want to come out, have a good time, and
It's
see
a
a
safe
variety.
zone.
Yeah, it is. It's a safe zone for entertainment, and you won't be harassed by someone on a bike in the parking lot like you at Maya. You know, so I know that there's like hordes of kids. You guys were mentioning it. I knew a security guard from the Fox Theater who said that he got contracted to go work and get stay post up at the Maya because there was bicycle gangs running rampant, crossing the concession stand and
Oh,
riding their
Lord.
bikes into theaters and stuff. So if you don't want
I
that,
didn't know they were doing that.
Damn.
that might be alleged, but
I was gonna say, like, I've heard them at the mall. They've kicked them out of the mall at this point.
I mean, when we were
But,
moving downtown, everyone was warning us, like, "Hey, watch out for the homeless or the, you
yeah.
know, they'll do." And personally, I saw more when we were at the old location in the South Side. I mean, downtown. Every once in a while, if I'm there at 4:30 in the morning prepping or something, I'll get one guy, and they're usually pretty kickback, or they aren't even there all the way.
they've
so
been
they don't even
walking
bug
all
you.
night already. So
Yeah, they're tired.
They're on a
tired.
journey right now.
Yeah.
Spirit
But, I
quest,
mean,
as it were.
every once in a while, I'll see a guy smoking crack in the alley, but I
Oh,
mean,
good
that
Lord.
can
That's
happen
just LA
anywhere.
at 2 p.m. Yeah.
It's just a regular day downtown. But I mean, I've enjoyed being downtown. I was going to ask you, I mean, now that you've kind of gotten a little more comfortable downtown with the well, I mean, how is the change? How's it been?
You know, someone asked me last week, they're like, "Hey, so what do you prefer? You prefer the old location or this location?" And definitely pros and cons. Definitely pros and cons. I mean, the biggest one is just like I used to live 5 minutes from the old location, and now I'm 20 minutes from the new location, and I still have to find parking. So that's literally my biggest gripe is that like kind of I have to leave a little early, but then sometimes I'm like, it's not bad. I get there for work on time. It gives me a chance to go downtown and see this homeless guy smoking crack. So you know,
it happens.
but I think that ultimately, you know, there's pros and cons for each, but you know, and I'm not a consumer, I'm not a guest, so I think that if someone went to the old location as a guest and then went to this one, so they'd have more pros and cons. But for me, I'm just a comedian, and I'm grateful to have the microphone and be able to perform.
So
but
we
I
have a stage right there.
Exactly, but I will say that being downtown is just like the people are a little scarier.
Yeah.
And I have an instance, I feel like every show with someone being too intoxicated or giving me attitude or just some sort of like,
because you are security too.
do you know who I am type stuff? And it's just like, dude, like, and so I'm like, no, I don't.
I have no idea who you are.
I host early bird special.
Yeah, right.
I'm on the list.
and there's always people like that, and I always try to tell them like, hey, I'll get you in, but you got to work with me here because I'm checking the names here, and I got to make sure I can't just be letting people in. And the thing with working the door at these places is that you get so many entitled people thinking that because they got a free ticket from somewhere, no offense, they got a free ticket from somewhere, they think they can act however they want, or if they bought VIP, they think they can do whatever they want. Before in VIP, I think it was less of that. And now that it's VIP, we give you a wristband, you go sit in the front, and people just think that. I think people are a little more entitled, you know.
Okay, because I know that was something Betts had brought up last week when he came in. He said, you know, the VIP, you don't have to get up. Everything is brought to you, and you can get front of the line. You can cut people off. I could see that being a problem.
Yeah,
somebody like, dude, I was been waiting for 20 minutes to get my beer, and this fool just cut in front of me. Well, I'm VIP.
Yeah, no, and I guess you're paying for it, you know, and
you are.
And you know, I think I just have to get used to it. Sometimes I just want to be a comic and be, you know, no filter and be like off the wall and say whatever the hell I want. But sometimes there's parameters like this show, you know.
I get it all the time.
You know, like we got to do what we got to do, and sometimes I got to put the, you know, the manager hat on and take the Anthony hat off and play a role. And you know, I haven't played roles since college when I was acting, guys. So it's hard. It's hard for me.
I've been in radio since I was 16, and it never stops. I mean, they see something. Oh, there's a concert at the Fox, or there's a show coming up. They immediately hit me up. I haven't talked to them in 5 years.
Yeah,
but hey, I want Christopher Cross tickets. I'm like, call in like the rest of us,
Yeah,
you know, and you can win tickets.
Yeah.
But or they'll wait until the last minute and be like, hey, you know, you still owe me.
Oh, dude, come
What?
on! I paid you back
I don't
for
owe
that
you
time.
nothing.
You gave me a jump in the parking lot at Red Lobster.
That's what I always love when someone looks at me and says, "You owe me this." I said, "No, I don't owe you Jack Diddley. I don't know anybody nothing."
I'm gonna start saying Jack Diddley. I like that. I don't know you, Jack. Nothing, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, are you performing at either one of the shows Friday, Saturday, or
Yeah. So I'm not sure. You know, I think kind of we find out day of if there's like a guest spot available or if we need a host or something. Dan will usually contact us. I was fortunate enough to perform a guest spot last Saturday.
Nice.
So it was cool. I was dealing with the guest in the moment. I was handling some customer service issues, and then I get a tap on my shoulder or a call on the walkie, and that's like, "Hey, how do you come up here right now?" And I'm
You're
like, "No, I didn't know." I was like, "Oh, dude, like." Dan
So
caught me on the camera doing that thing I wasn't supposed to do. Dan found out that I walked into the safe room alone. I don't know what's going on. Like, and then I get to Danny's just like, take off your walkie, take off the money bag. And I'm like, why? I'm just taking it off. I'm scared. And he's like, you're going on stage. Get ready. And I'm like,
Nice.
oh, okay, sweet. All right. I'm sweaty from having to deal with this customer interaction outside. And my hemorrhoid just popped. So I'm ready. Let's do it. You know.
Lord.
So I went up there and had a good time. You know, I did fine. It was like a 5-minute set. So that's what, like the perks of working at the club is that you know, you might get called upon to do a little guest spot or host a spot or do something. So that's cool. You
So
know,
how does he decide that? I mean, I've heard that from other comedians. They're like, we
It's like
just
they're
wait.
still trying to figure that
We
out.
just wait
and I think
until
that's
Beth
why
decides.
and I understand that's how it is, you know, and I think that's why it's hard for a lot of other comics. You maybe get people in here, you'll talk to them outside, and it's like, I don't know how, and I'm like, I already know that's how Dan is, so I'm not going to question it. Like, it'd help to know things, but I'm very last minute with things. I'm so like, I don't know what I was like, jibber jabber. I don't know what the heck that means. I'm just so like
all over the place.
I'm all over the place that I really deal with things that are right in front of me. So people are asking for Dan for spots for shows that are like 2 weeks ahead, and I'm like, Dan won't worry about it until the day before. So just stop bugging him. And that's what. And I knew that. And when I saw Giannis Papos was coming, I said, "Yo, I'd love to perform on that." I told him twice, like in a couple weeks in advance, just to get it in his head. And then he asked me the day up. So I think that's kind of how it is. Is just like, be around and maybe you'll get called upon, and that's just how it is. Like,
Squeaky
I don't know,
wheel
like
gets the oil.
Yeah, I mean, squeaky wheel gets the oil, squeaky wheel gets the WD-40. Either way, I got to perform into the microphone,
which is awesome.
Cool. Yeah,
and
cool.
I've had to get on to him because I'm like, hey, don't wait until Thursday after I get off the air to tell me to give away shows tickets, because I'm like, that gives me one day, prep.
Dude,
no,
come on,
I can't promote it. I can't.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand you guys are all busy. I'm super excited. I had to do a show last weekend, and by the time I got out, I'm like, dude, I don't want to be that guy walking into a silent room or something and be like, hey, look who finally showed up.
No, you should have.
We will be there tomorrow night. I'll text you the info and all of that. But I'm looking forward to it. I've bought 3 different pairs of tickets since you guys have opened, and I've tried to get on once and it was way late, but I didn't get to go to any of them. So
appreciate you.
That's just like, I don't care, dude. Just continue to buy tickets.
Or just come text me and I'll get
donate.
You just text me and you'll be
I'm gonna go in there and be like, I've bought tickets before. Not tonight,
especially if I'm not there. If you show up, you're like, hey, I'm
feeling
Sparky.
entitled at
right?
this point.
They're gonna be like, I don't know who the hell you are.
Just say I'm Sparky. They'll know who you are, dude.
Oh
man.
Lord. Before we let you go, obviously Combine is around.
Yes.
Any particular player you're hoping the Packers go after?
I heard Jamar Chase is really good. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't know anyone who's actually coming in from college right now. I could tell you what we need.
That's fair.
I could tell you what we need. We need a special teams coach, first of all, because I don't know if you guys knew this, but Rich Bisaccia, the Packers special teams coach, just like
out and retired, right?
No, I guess he wants to play for another team, but just left the Packers. Like, he literally was like, hey,
I'm out.
Now, this is the one that used to be the head coach for the Raiders.
He was the interim coach between that, like,
Antonio Pierce.
Yes,
yes. Yeah.
Basically they went and chose Antonio Pierce, or I don't know, something like that. But Rich has been all right, and I think we need a good D line. I'm saying what every team needs. We need a good D line. We need an O line. We need
I
corners.
did see
I'm like,
Schefter report yesterday that the Packers are looking at Kyler Murray or Tua as a backup.
we're not.
And I'm
They
like,
just say that
why?
it'd be cool because of how
Why?
Malik Willis went over
And
there.
I'm like,
you
they
know?
showed Tua's jersey or Tua in a Packers jersey. I'm like, sure, take him.
Tua doesn't
Yeah.
play well in the cold. There's no
Right?
way we're gonna have
We're gonna
Tua.
test him there.
And
Go ahead.
Kyler, we don't have good Wi-Fi in Green Bay, so you can't play Call of Duty. Don't even think about it, bud.
Malik Willis, though, I think he's gonna get paid this offseason.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Yeah, I heard
so-
you mention earlier this week. Did you say he's gonna get overpaid or something?
No, I don't think he's going to get overpaid. I think he's going to get a starting job somewhere, though.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Or
get
at least
starting
get an
money.
offer.
The Browns, what do they do? They have they have 7 quarterbacks on their
Browns
roster.
are still trying to figure out if they want Shador or Deshaun Watson. So I don't know if they even know what the
Why?
plan
So then
is.
why is Malik Willis being linked to the Browns?
Well, he's being linked to a lot of teams. The one I keep
Pittsburgh.
seeing is Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh will take a shot at him.
Miami.
Pitts. What about Rodgers?
Rodgers is gone.
No, he's not.
I think he's coming back now
Dude,
that
with
they've got him.
I
Yeah,
don't
but they
think
got
he is.
McCarthy, dude.
The longer he waits, I think the more likely he is to
But
retire.
last year he was doing the same thing. He was in Malibu on a retreat, getting hot
No, I know.
dogs. I don't
I'll
know.
get
like-
back to you when I'm ready.
more than likely on a darkness retreat, sitting in a cold cave
Yeah.
somewhere, just being
Recently
weird. but-
married and see if she's gonna let him play. But
Exactly.
I think personally Malik Willis will probably be in Miami just because we've got everyone else from Green Bay. Why not?
Yeah.
I think
was
that's
one that
almost
came up.
that's like on the nose. Like you
Mhm.
can almost like imagine that happening, and because of that, it's not going to happen.
Right.
I could see him go to like the Falcons or something.
We do need a backup right now, but the one I keep hearing Atlanta looking at is Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Mac
They have like some who?
Mac
Do they have
Jones.
some like or offense correlation or what?
No, I mean, again, everybody is linking him to being the next Sam Darnold. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be against Atlanta taking a shot on the kid. He
Yeah.
didn't look terrible when they got opportunities or the right
I
opportunity.
think he should just take over in San Francisco.
Well, he is under contract, so it would take a trade.
I don't think they move off of Brock Purdy. They pay him too much
Right.
money.
I don't know how
paid
you
m-
could pay Brock Purdy that much money when he looks like that guy in the room. Like he just looks like a dude.
Billy.
Like,
Look,
nothing
man.
against Bill, but he just looks like a
does.
dude.
Maybe
like,
that's why.
Average
Maybe it's
cracker.
because he just goes out there, looks like just a regular dude, and he clowns people. Because he does. There are moments where Brock looks like the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, there are moments where he does it.
You're right.
True. But I'm just
I
saying.
can't say anything about my quarterback. But
I'd rather
Honestly.
at this point, I'd rather have Brock Purdy than every other quarterback that's been in Atlanta for the last 2-3 years.
Michael Penix.
I'd rather have Brock than Michael
Is he
Penix.
done? Michael-
No, he'll most likely get a shot.
You don't
as a
see like some
starter,
JJ McCarthy type thing where he got hurt his first
No,
couple years and now he's back.
I do think the biggest concern is the fact he can't go under center. And the knee injuries, the knee injuries are so severe that he literally cannot go under
like
center.
he can't bend.
Yeah.
Or- no way.
No,
Mhm.
that is the thing.
Are you
That
serious?
is 100% a thing. He has to take every snap from shotgun, which is not going to
How
work.
do you not like realize that when you draft someone? That's like buying a car and be
No,
like,
I
"Oh,
think-
it's stick." I didn't realize that it can only.
I
try-
can't get out of the
That's
parking
thing.
lot.
I think they knew. But they figured they could maybe find a solution that'll work for him. But it just
That
it's
is
not working.
The most insane thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
He
I think
can't bend down to get the ball.
I think they give him a shot just for the first couple weeks and see how it looks. But that's why they're going to be looking into either a rookie this year that they feel comfortable with, or a Mac Jones, or maybe even a Malik Willis, like you said, just in case. Just not Kirk Cousins, please, God.
I don't know
no.
who I feel worse for right now. The Dolphins fan.
Don't
or
feel
the
bad for
Falcons
us.
fan?
Oh no! Don't feel bad for us. We're fine outside of that.
We're used to it over here.
And look, man, I got hopefully 2 running backs if they can actually re-sign Tyler Algier. We got plenty of wide receivers to throw to. I just need a quarterback that can actually make it work.
To say Kirk
Welcome to
Cousins,
my world.
Yeah, no
right?
kidding.
20 plus
But
years
see,
counting.
you shipped away 2 of those pieces this offseason, though, so we still have ours.
We're just getting started too.
I know.
I think half this team is gone.
Yeah, probably.
More than half.
That's what
Minka's probably
Sullivan
next.
keeps saying.
I think
Oh,
Minka's
yeah.
probably next. He's got 1 year left on the contract. We're not going to pay him again.
Nope.
Just start.
Unless he
stacking
has
that
an
money.
all like
What are like 90 million in dead cap after you get rid of Tua?
So that's the thing is that we can cut Tua and either put it at 50 and 40 for the next 2 years, or just eat it all 1
Eat it
year
all.
and get it over with. And I
That's
think
what I said,
that's
eat
what
it
we
all.
should do.
Eat it all. Just have a really, really, really rough year this next
Yeah.
year. Get like a top 5 draft pick. Eat it in 1 year, and then next year you'll be
And it should
swimming
be a
in
good
money.
year with all these draft quarterbacks supposedly Mel Kiper's saying it.
Right.
But
This
next
is
year is
true.
going to have a ton of quarterbacks next year.
They are, but again, it's like you said, are they actually going to pan out?
We'll see.
Nobody
Jamarcus
ever knows.
Russell.
Yeah. Again, I think it's going to be a better class than this year's, though, because again, this year it's
I feel like
Fernando
I've
and
only-
everybody else.
I feel like I've heard of 2 quarterbacks in this year. Fernando Mendoza and another guy that broke his leg.
Ty
and he's-
Simpson. Oh no, you're talking about Mateer from
No.
Penn State.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah. Or no, I'm not sorry, not Mateer. Mateer is from Oklahoma. That's
I think it is Penn State though.
no, it's the Penn State quarterback. I can't remember his name. It starts with an A. I can't remember his name right
I
now.
saw
but
something recently, but yeah.
I don't think he's going to be any good either, though. And then like there's Carson Beck and a whole bunch of other.
gonna be
He's
40.
like 33 or something.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's what do you really?
Which
have to
sounds
choose
like
from?
if you don't want to listen to football and you think, oh, we're calling this dude old, but when you're playing college football in
At,
your
like,
late
what,
20s,
29.
I mean,
yeah.
we were talking about that. What was it?
we were working at Best Buy, dude.
The
How many
quarterback's
national
trying to go for
championships do you need to
7.
play for, bro? That's the other thing too. Everybody's talking so much mess about Trinidad Chambliss going back for year 6. I've seen about 3 or 4 other quarterbacks try to go for year 7, 8, and 9.
Right?
I'm like, why are we so up in arms about the kid who literally has played 1 year with this team while the other guys are working on a whole decade, Van
Yeah.
Wilder?
Get your masters while you're doing it.
We got to get out of here, though.
So
We got-
tonight,
Thank you,
what
guys.
time they should they show up for
Door
the open mic?
6, show 7, a lot of comics, free show, 2 item minimum. Come check it out.
Boom.
My friend, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate
Thank
you
you,
as
guys.
always. Go check out the Well Comedy Club in downtown Bakersfield if you haven't already. Highly recommend it. Food down there is amazing as well. 2 item minimum on most shows. All shows.
Every show.
Every
All
show.
shows.
2 item minimum. So go down there, buy a drink and a cookie, and you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
We got to take a break, though. We got our guys from WarmUp Athletics right around the corner. This is the early bird special right here on KGEO Sports Talk. back. This is the early bird special right here on KGEO Sports Talk 101.1 FM, 12:30 a.m. It's time to talk a little boxing with our friends over at WarmUp Athletics. Coach Iriarte is here along with his coach, Coach Espinosa. Boys, good to see you again. Good morning. First and foremost, let's start with us. I'm sorry, let's start with you. You got a fight coming up here in March. What can we expect?
Yeah, March 14th, 10th fight, looking to go 10-0, 9 knockouts. So expect a good performance. I feel ready. Got to just go collect this win. So yeah, I feel
Fantastic.
strong, feeling good.
Good. And then obviously you've been setting up you've been sparring lately. Shout out some of your sparring partners real quick because I know one of them has been on the show.
Yeah, Germ.
Yep.
Germ
nice.
from the gym. Yeah, Sebastian Fondora. We just did some work with him. Ryan Garcia, some of the world champions up and coming. Yeah, so I'm feeling good, feeling strong. I've had a good preparation, a good camp. Strength and conditioning went well. Great rounds. Sparring. So honestly, just got to go do the hard part, which is cutting weight, man, and get the win.
That's what everybody tells us, the cutting weight part. Is he ready, Coach? Be honest. You can tell.
Oh, yeah. He's always ready.
Fantastic.
He's year-round.
What are we going to do to be cutting weight here? Do you got to do the old school way of putting on the sweatsuit and the old trash bags and stuff like that, or what?
Yeah, we'll definitely do the sauna. But shout out, yesterday we did the body fat clinic. We did DEXA scan. Kind of trying to get a little bit more data to see how we could do it a little bit healthier. How we cut weight's not the healthiest, but we try to make it a little bit more efficient. That way our performance doesn't hinder or we injuries. So feeling good though. Got it mapped out. We got 2.5 weeks to go and a little bit over 10 pounds, so it should be easy.
Okay, fantastic. And you name dropped them already, but we were going to talk about the Ryan Garcia fight here that happened this last weekend. You were there in attendance. What'd you see?
Yeah, so honestly, I always knew he was gonna knock him down, hurt him, but I didn't expect him to blow him out like every round. Like a lot of the judges, I think they give him like 1 round max.
Did he knock him down like the first
couple seconds?
It was quick.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. He has that sneaky right hand. Everyone's like, oh, that left hook, but he does have a sneaky right hand. And it was cool, man. We were all there. Got a lot of love from Golden Boy. Us and my team gets a lot of support from Golden Boy. So they did a good job, bringing him up. And obviously Ryan did his part, kind of like with the following with the internet. But gotta give him his props too. Everyone thinks he's like this internet sensation, which he is, but they just think he's like a social media guy.
Right.
So he kind of just went out there, did his thing, proved everyone that he is a fighter that was ready, and he did have a strong camp. I was there. I helped him with a lot of the sparring. Well, I was one of his main sparring partners. So we went out there. We helped him with a lot of work, and we made sure he was ready.
That's fantastic. What did you kind of learn from your spars with him that you can take into your own career?
Yeah, so obviously sparring some guys like that, you're helping them get ready for a world championship. A challenger coming up for a world championship fight. It's obviously like it's an honor for us to kind of like help him get ready. So, kind of just sets like a bar for me. Like it's like, okay, this is where I'm at, in my skills, and I feel like I'm ready to go, man. These guys, yeah. So these guys, obviously just they show me where I'm at and what position, and I'm excited, man. I'm on seeing him get that win so easily. It just like gives me like, damn. I'm in that, it amps me up. I'm in that division. I'm in that category. So it's like,
absolutely,
yeah. It's just a matter of time before I collect.
Dude, I'm telling you, we were talking about this off the air a little bit with both of you, but we had been talking about like Mayweather coming back from retirement and this whole Mayweather Pacquiao fight that's supposed to be happening, or Mayweather and Tyson. And I told you guys that I really disagree with this, but I keep seeing sports writers say this is what boxing needed. That they needed guys like Mayweather to come back to, build hype. But it's like, I feel like there's just this hatred towards guys like Ryan Garcia, like Jake Paul, because they are internet sensations. But personally, I just think that's the next evolution of boxing, right? Is you guys got to be able to catch heat in any way you can when you're not in the ring. So why not go to the internet?
100%.
So,
100%.
like, what do you guys feel about this? Do you like the fact that Mayweather's coming back from retirement, or do you think, like that just they need to kind of take a step away and let guys like you obviously take the reins?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, right, everyone kind of gets that, like, oh, when I was young, we saw Mayweather growing up. It's kind of like one of those boxing legends.
Right.
So to see him come out of retirement, it's kind of like what happened with Jake Paul and Tyson.
Yeah.
You're expecting Tyson to have like a performance like when he was in his prime against George Foreman and all those guys, but like you're saying, man, it's just like they did their thing, they did their time, they proved what they had to prove. Now just like let the new generation come in, but like you're saying, it also is like these guys like Jake Paul and in here kind of like diluting the boxing game
a little bit.
So it does make it kind of like, oh, these guys are just trying to sell tickets,
Yeah.
for views, for
money.
for money.
For
Yeah,
money.
for
And I mean,
money.
like you just said, I grew up, I'm a big diehard Tyson fan. I mean, I would mow lawns and, wash my family's cars or whatever I had to do to pay for that pay-per-view, or even, zap the box or whatever we had to do back in the day. But I mean, it kind of hurts what you remember of Tyson, because now you're seeing these types of fights. And I mean, if it was scheduled in a different way, kind of like what John Cena did for the wrestling world when he went on his way out, he was setting it up for the younger guys. So I mean, if they would have just pushed it more of, okay, it's going to be the main event is Tyson and so, but have a full fight card with these younger guys, so you can actually see the younger guys on these big cards. And I just don't see it happening like that. It always seems like a money grab. So that's one of the things. But now knowing more of how the fighters feel about what these are doing and turning it into more of a entertainment type deal.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, the thing with Jake Paul is that he did have some good fights. I don't know if it was for the Tyson fight, but I know he had
a couple
Serrano and Katie Taylor. That was like, I think it was fight of the year. So especially with like women's boxing, he was pretty good with that. But I don't know if that was the Tyson fight per se. But and we'll see who's on the undercard for Pacquiao.
That's the thing I want to see as well. But he's right. I mean, if he decks it out with young athletes that are all trying to make their name for it, it would be a good thing for boxing, in my opinion. But that's yet to be
waking
seen.
up this morning and seeing Jean-Claude Van Damme taking shots at Jake Paul wanting to fight him.
Man, don't do that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like. I'm happy he's not in the new Street Fighter movie, and there's a reason.
Yeah.
I'm excited too to see how Zuffa, Dana White, and their organization came up with like all the fighters and trying to like we're saying, everything looks like a money grab, but these guys kind of like signed some fighters, and they have a card full of high competition. Everyone's kind of like 50-50 chance at winning. So we'll see what happens. I know Turkey's involved with it, and they're involving all the guys from Saudi. So I feel like boxing is kind of climbing its way back up, and maybe that might be some of the reasons why Mayweather and some of those guys want to kind of come back.
I think it's going to be a big year for boxing.
I think so too.
I think these next couple of years are going to be bigger than what we've seen.
Absolutely. And I joked about it a little bit about you jumping in the octagon, obviously with German being one of your sparring partners now. But do you think that there's going to be a day where we see kind of a mixed card, maybe a UFC and boxing card together? Because I know that obviously Jake Paul is helping this Ronda Rousey Gina fight or start up here in the next couple of months as well. So do you think that there's going to be a day where we see both fighting promotions at the same time?
I think so. I don't know it's going to be the highest level of athletes on the whole card, but I think Dana White could do it because he has the UFC, now he has boxing, and then I think he could piece it together, but it's not going to be like
General's got the money to do it.
It's not going to be like Shakur Stevenson and like the top MMA UFC guy.
Right. As long as everyone's getting paid, right? Because a lot of times you do hear that UFC fighters don't make as much as boxers,
right?
So as long as everyone's like pretty much in like their own separate, purses, but I don't see why not. I feel like it'd be a good thing.
I mean, it could be like the WWE. You just have the octagon cage right above you. As soon as it's ready, you drop it right down. Get all ready for it. Let's shift over to what you guys got going on and Warm Up Athletics. I know obviously you have your fight happening here next month, but what else do you guys have planned?
So with the Warm Up Athletics, I mean, we got 5 professional boxers on our team now. So everyone's doing well. Everyone's coming up, obviously led by Joel. And then so we're just expecting like a big year for Bakersfield boxing with us leading the charge. But and then with the Warm Up Project, with the nonprofit, April 4th, we're having a Easter egg hunt at Stramler Park.
Oh, nice.
With Carlos Pena's helping us throw that. So it's for autism awareness, and we're gonna have an Easter egg hunt that's specifically for the kids with autism. And then today is the day 1 of season 3 of our League of Dreams program.
Fantastic. So you guys are the ones that coach all these kids in League of Dreams then?
Yeah.
And so they get a firsthand experience from this guy right here?
Oh, it's the most rewarding program we have. I was telling the coaches about it. They were jumping up. They were excited.
That's awesome.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit. How I know you give back to the community all the time through various different things, but how is it working with the League of Dreams?
It's super rewarding, man. It's like we always talk about it that any kid, like, just with on the street, in school, could use the self defense classes, the learning, just from being able to throw a punch,
Yes.
So these kids, coming with a little bit of a couple disabilities and just different backgrounds, they all struggle with that confidence more than any of us.
Mhm.
So it's like being able to have them have that little bit of hope, that little bit of confidence that they could depend on themselves. It's rewarding, man, honestly. And everyone at the gym is like, we're all super excited to have those programs in. It's like it's a part of like our identity too at WarmUp Athletics, because we just love having that program year round. So it's cool, man. And then Martin kind of like he directs all the program. He does all the exercises. We get a full like a nice little rotation going on for the kids, and everyone's real happy. We create this nice bond. So it's cool to see the kids, and how they started and then where they are now.
That's
awesome. Definitely.
And as a coach, I mean, have you seen any of these kids and said, well, that kid actually could probably do this?
Oh no, definitely. With all the athletes, and it's something with like the parents that they're very like appreciative of. And that's part of, I think, one of the things that's kind of not talked about enough is the parents' perspective, because they see their kids, not being able to join sports programs and being left out and being alone, and no parent wants to see that.
No,
so they see it, year round for their kids. But they all see progress a little bit differently depending on where their kid starts. And some kids, man, they're throwing some really nice punches, nice combinations. And then some of the kids, my nephew, Jackson, he has cerebral palsy. He can't walk. He's in the wheelchair or a walker. It's good just to see him walking more in the walker, and that's kind of like the goal for him. Let's just walking more and throwing some punches while he's sitting down. The biggest thing is they're moving, they're smiling. If they're moving, they're smiling. That's a win for us. It's a win for the parents. It's a win for the kids.
That's awesome, man. I really appreciate all that you guys do for the community. I keep seeing it on social media, and it's amazing work. You guys are always active in whatever way you can be. And I really appreciate that. And I don't think a lot of people do that enough. I know we're running out of time here, but I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on one last thing. Obviously, with the way boxing is headed, we already talked about people saying that these older guys are coming back and it needs to, it's going to save boxing. If you could take a magic wand right now and fix whatever you want in the industry as a whole that you think is going to fix it, both of you, what do you think that is?
Oh, man. I don't know. If I start talking, I don't know. To keep it really quick, just because I'm around so many of the young fighters and seeing them transition from amateur to pro, there's no like for like a high school football player, there's a clear path, right? Varsity, do really good, get recruited, go to college, go D1, go to the NFL.
Right.
And boxing, it's a crapshoot.
It's kind of like an underground thing, right?
It's really tough for these young athletes to get recognition and stuff. Like, Joel had to put in, he's been in boxing longer than he's been in school. Boxing since he was 6 years old. And even for him, it took, a while for him to like get the contract that he felt he deserved as like the top amateur prospect in the country. So imagine how hard it is for these other fighters.
Oh, yeah.
And then so the more fighters you get, the bigger the crop you have, the more successful boxers, the better the product.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Joel?
I think it's just within that there's just a lot of ego, man. It's just a big ego thing with managers, promoters, a bunch of power trips, with all these dudes just wanting to take control, and then at the end of the day, the fighters are the ones that go in the ring.
Yes.
The fighters are the ones that make the sacrifice to make weight. We go in and put the training, every single day, and we're trying to create this path for ourselves and this identity. And one loss, and then we're kicked out of it. There goes your 20 plus years of experience, all the dedication, the hard work, and they send it. So it's just like,
and it's only in boxing. Every other sport, you could lose a fight and everybody's like, it's okay. You'll get your licks back in the next one. But boxing, you lose one, you're done.
It's a wrap.
Yeah,
it is so wild.
And it's horrible. It's horrible. It puts us in a bad position. It puts us like, in like this constant position of like stress, just worrying about, I got to protect this. So I don't know if what Mayweather did, with this whole like this undefeated, fighter stuff, if it worked out or if it hurt the sport more, and I want to say it's one of those things that's kind of like, we're gonna find out as it goes. So I wish that I would try to change that.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
gentlemen, we really appreciate both of your time.
Thank you.
One more time, what day is your fight again? And can anybody actually stream it if they can't get there?
Yeah, March 14th we'll be in Anaheim at the Honda Center. They can stream it on DAZN. The Zone. So
Okay,
yeah,
fantastic.
check
And
it
then
out.
obviously Warm Up Athletics on all social media platforms,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Go check them out. Go follow them. They do some amazing work. And if you want to get involved in the Easter egg hunt, get involved. Trust me, it's going to be a lot of fun. Boys,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you guys very, very soon.
Thank you for having us on.
Appreciate it.
We got to get out of here for the day. Join us back here tomorrow, 7 to 9. We have another guest-filled show for you. But until then, Sparky, let's get out of here, my friend.